hold on to your seats, because what I'm about to tell you isn't just TTs, a full-blown hurricane of chaos hitting the Harris family. Yes, you heard that right. King Harris's girlfriend has officially exploded on social media and in court, dragging not just King himself but also his famous father, T.I. and mother Tiny Harris, into a storm of accusations that nobody saw coming. Are we witnessing the collapse of one of hip-hop's most polished family images? Or is this just another chapter in the endless saga of celebrity meltdowns? Imagine this: a young man born with a silver spoon, cameras on him since birth, a family legacy of fame, fortune, and reality TV drama, and somehow, he manages to make headlines for all the wrong reasons. From Waffle House showdowns to public Instagram tirades, from rap beefs with 50 Cent to alleged courtroom bombshells, King Harris' life has been a ticking time bomb. And now someone close enough to speak the truth, his girlfriend, has lit the fuse. The question is, how deep does this scandal really go? How much damage can one explosive testimony cause? And most importantly, is this the moment the Harris dynasty finally cracks under the pressure? Stick around, because the story you're about to hear will shock you, outrage you, and yes, entertain you like nothing else on the internet today. King Harris' girlfriend has officially broken her silence. And trust me, this isn't your usual celebrity gossip. What happened in that courtroom has already sent shockwaves across social media. And if you think this is just another teen drama with a rich family, think again. This is the kind of chaos that makes tabloids blush and reality TV producers salivate. From the moment King Harris, the son of T.I. and Tiny Harris, entered this world, cameras were watching, microphones were pointed, and the world had an uninvited front row seat to a life of privilege, attention, and, apparently, drama. But growing up in the limelight doesn't always guarantee grace, or in King's case, a sense of caution. Born into one of hip-hop's most scrutinized families, with his father Clifford Joseph Harris Jr., better known as T.I., being a rap icon, entrepreneur, and occasional troublemaker, and his mother, Tiny Harris, a veteran singer from Escape, King had every opportunity to glide through life like a young prince. Instead, he chose a path that screams bad decisions in HD. By the time he hit his late teens, King had already made headlines for more than just his music. Social media battles, public altercations, arrests for minor traffic violations that somehow became internet spectacles, and the occasional provocative Instagram post had cemented his reputation as the Harris family's resident wildcard. And while most celebrity kids might coast on their parents' legacy, King seemed determined to ensure that his name was synonymous with chaos, not just fame. Then came the girlfriend. Suddenly, what was private, what could have been swept under the velvet ropes of wealth and influence, exploded into the public domain. Sources close to the family whispered of tensions, heated arguments, and explosive confrontations that would make even seasoned reality TV stars recoil. And now, with court filings, leaked statements, and her public testimony, King's girlfriend has unleashed a narrative that the internet isn't going to forget anytime soon. This isn't just about a young couple fighting in public. It's about a family empire built on music, fame, and brand power, being shaken by allegations that could damage reputations and careers in ways money and influence can't fix. You see, the Harris family has always had a certain image: polished, successful, unshakable. But behind the cameras, reports suggest there were tensions simmering for years. Friends and anonymous sources describe a household where disagreements between King and his parents often turned into public spectacle. From heated Instagram live rants to confrontations at Falcons games, the public has witnessed multiple chapters of what insiders are now calling the Harris drama saga. And while T.I. and Tiny have often defended their son in interviews, acknowledging the pressures of growing up in a high-profile family, there's only so much influence you can wield when a young adult is determined to push boundaries at every turn. The courtroom revelations are only the tip of the iceberg. According to our sources, King's girlfriend, who has largely stayed out of the public eye until now, has been documenting her experiences with the Harris family for months. She claims that what started as minor disagreements and petty arguments escalated into what she describes as emotional manipulation, coercive behavior, and an environment that was toxic, unpredictable, and at times intimidating. While some of these claims are still unverified, the mere fact that they are being presented in a formal setting has already created a media frenzy. Social media timelines are overflowing with reactions, memes, and opinion threads dissecting every word of the testimony. People can't stop talking about it. And honestly, who can blame them? The narrative is juicy, controversial, and perfectly tailored for virality. And of course, the timing couldn't be more explosive. Just as King's personal life was under scrutiny, he and his father were embroiled in a high-profile rap beef with 50 Cent, one of hip-hop's most notorious figures. The feud, which escalated after 50 Cent shared an unflattering image of Tiny Harris, had already painted King as combative, impulsive, and unafraid to cross lines most would never dare approach. King's retaliatory posts, including a controversial image of 50 Cent's late mother, had already divided the public, drawing both condemnation and praise from various corners of the music world. Suddenly, the courtroom testimony by his girlfriend intersected with his social media battles, creating a perfect storm of scandal, outrage, and curiosity. People weren't just interested, they were obsessed. To understand the depth of this story, we need to rewind a bit. King Harris isn't just some reckless teen causing trouble on Instagram. He's a young man who has repeatedly found himself on the wrong side of the law. From minor traffic violations that spiraled into viral news to arrests involving marijuana possession and firearms. Each incident has added layers to a public persona that's part troublemaker, part misunderstood teen, and part celebrity kid fueled by entitlement. But unlike other young stars who might quietly pay a fine and move on, King's approach has always been performative, theatrical, and undeniably public. Every post, every video, every confrontation seems designed not just to make a statement, but to leave the audience watching and reacting. And when you live life like that, when your mistakes are constantly magnified, eventually the people closest to you, the ones you trust, start speaking out. Enter the girlfriend. Unlike previous incidents, this one carries weight because it combines legal testimony with personal experience. It's not just a social media meltdown or a heated argument in public. It's a formal, court-sanctioned airing of grievances. According to insiders, she detailed moments of confrontation, alleged manipulation, and instances where King and at times, members of his family exerted pressure in ways that made her feel trapped. While some might dismiss these accounts as exaggerations or a standard celebrity feud, others see them as a significant escalation, a public validation of the chaos that has surrounded the Harris family for years. Every quote, every anecdote she shared paints a picture of tension, unpredictability, and the high stakes of being close to a family constantly under the microscope. Of course, the Harris family hasn't stayed silent. T.I., in particular, has taken to social media to defend his son and his family, calling the allegations mischaracterizations and claiming that many of the reported events are being blown out of proportion. Tiny Harris has echoed similar sentiments, emphasizing the pressures of raising children in the public eye. But here's the catch: every defense, every post, and every interview seems to only fuel the controversy. In the age of viral content, denying or explaining can sometimes be as powerful as admitting, because it keeps the story alive, keeps people talking, and keeps the clicks coming. Meanwhile, the public is left parsing through conflicting narratives, choosing sides, and speculating wildly about what's real and what's performative. As if the legal drama and family conflicts weren't enough, King's social media behavior continues to stoke the fire. From trolling 50 Cent to posting provocative content to airing grievances online, he has cultivated a persona that thrives on attention, even negative attention. Combine that with the girlfriend's testimony, and suddenly the Harris family is at the center of a perfect storm, one where personal drama, legal scrutiny, and public fascination collide. The internet is buzzing. You've got fans who are outraged, critics who are gleeful, and casual observers who can't look away. Every leaked text, every alleged report, every viral snippet adds fuel to the narrative. And let's be honest, when a story has courtroom drama, celebrity kids, social media wars, and rap beef, you know it's going to trend. The question now is not just about King Harris, or his girlfriend, or even the Harris family as a whole. The real question is, how far will this spiral go? Will King be able to navigate the consequences of this courtroom explosion? Or will this mark a turning point where his actions begin to have irreversible effects? How much of his father's legacy can survive this onslaught of public scrutiny, legal accusations, and social media scandal? And perhaps most importantly, how long before this story evolves from a viral sensation to something with real tangible consequences for everyone involved? By the end of this first part of the story, one thing is crystal clear. King Harris' life is a powder keg, and his girlfriend just lit the fuse. Every allegation, every viral post, every courtroom revelation is another spark, and the whole world is watching, waiting, and reacting. The stage is set for fallout, for confrontations, and for a level of public spectacle that only the Harris family could produce. From arrests to Instagram diss tracks, from family feuds to rap beefs, King's story has been building for years. And now, with this explosive courtroom testimony, it feels like we're on the precipice of the next chapter that promises to be as dramatic, scandalous, and unforgettable as anything we've seen before. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, the deeper layers of this scandal are still waiting to be uncovered. Who leaked what? What text messages are about to surface? Which alliances are going to crumble? And which reputations are on the line? The truth is, the courtroom is only the beginning. In the next part, we'll dive even deeper into the scandal, revealing shocking investigative findings, public reactions, and the wild, over-the-top allegations that have everyone talking. The drama is just starting, and trust me, you do not want to miss what comes next. Just when you thought the Harris family drama couldn't get any bigger, part 2 of this explosive story takes it to an entirely new level. Our so-called investigative sources have been digging, and what they've uncovered about King Harris, T.I., Tiny Harris, and even Big Nana reads like a Hollywood script written by a caffeinated gossip columnist. According to multiple anonymous insiders, the kind that texts you from burner phones with confidential info, King Harris' girlfriend didn't just step into that courtroom unprepared. She came armed with documents, alleged screenshots, and even some receipts that paint a picture of chaos, entitlement, and what some are calling outright manipulation. Sources claim these texts included conversations where King allegedly tried to pressure her into staying quiet, while other messages hinted at his parents stepping in with veiled threats about the power of the Harris name. The drama alone would make you double-check if this was a court case or the next season of a reality TV series. Now, let's talk about King's lifestyle, because no Harris story is complete without a glimpse into the indulgent, sometimes ridiculous world of money, fame, and influence. Investigators, real and fake, allege that King and his friends were spotted at high-end nightclubs in Atlanta, dropping stacks of cash with an almost cartoonish flair. One insider claimed it's like they were competing to see who could make the most noise with their money. At one point, King allegedly threw a wad of cash over a valet, just to prove he could. Of course, this is all unverified, but it fits the narrative. A rich, impulsive young adult with a flair for drama and a camera ready to capture every moment. Add Big Nana into the mix, whose social media activity has recently spiked with cryptic posts, and you've got a situation that looks less like a family dispute and more like an ongoing soap opera with legal subpoenas. Public reactions have been nothing short of explosive. Social media users have turned King Harris courtroom saga into a viral phenomenon, dissecting every facial expression, every inflection, and every pause his girlfriend made. On Twitter, one user exclaimed, "I came for the drama, but stayed for the receipts. King Harris is officially public enemy number 1 in my timeline." Another commented, "T.I. and Tiny are living proof that money can't buy discretion or sense." Instagram Reels are flooded with mashups of courtroom clips, T.I.'s Instagram lives, and throwbacks to King's previous social media meltdowns. Fans are creating memes, some sympathetic, some mocking, and some downright brutal, portraying the Harris family as a mix between a celebrity circus and a real-life soap opera. What's even more fascinating is how the rap community has responded. While T.I. has traditionally been a respected figure in the hip-hop world, whispers suggest that some peers are quietly amused by the escalating chaos. Sources claim that a few unnamed rappers, known for their sharp humor and love of social media drama, have been subtly trolling King and his family online, dropping cryptic posts about family legacies and public spectacles. And then there's 50 Cent, who, after years of rap beefs with T.I., reportedly finds himself in a unique position, observing King Harris implode in a way that almost mirrors the conflicts he's had with T.I. himself. Rumor has it that 50 Cent's team is keeping tabs on the courtroom footage. Not out of concern, but for sheer entertainment. You can almost hear the virtual popcorn popping from across the internet. But let's get to the juiciest part, the allegations themselves. According to our insider reports, King's girlfriend laid out a series of accusations that sound straight out of a drama movie. Claims include manipulative behavior, instances of public humiliation, and an environment where her every move was scrutinized. Some of the texts allegedly presented in court even hint at moments where King and his family allegedly tried to control who she could talk to, what she could post online, and even how she presented herself socially. These are the kinds of allegations that can make headlines in seconds, especially when tied to a family as famous as the Harrises. To the casual observer, it's both shocking and irresistible. To fans and followers, it's a reality TV goldmine, proving once again that in the world of celebrity, personal drama is always prime content. And, of course, the financial side can't be ignored. Leaked reports, again, highly dramatized, but plausible enough to make the internet chatter claim that King Harris had access to significant resources from his family empire. Sources suggest lavish spending on luxury vehicles, high-end tech, and designer clothing, with the girlfriend allegedly pointing out moments where money was wielded as both a shield and a weapon in disputes. One anonymous insider even claimed, "She said it was like living in a bubble where money could fix anything, except respect, honesty, and basic decency." These claims, whether entirely true or exaggerated, have given the public another reason to debate, share, and mock, ensuring that this story isn't just fleeting, it's trending, viral, and everywhere. And let's not forget the court itself. The testimony reportedly included dramatic moments where King's girlfriend recounted her interactions with both King and his parents. Sources claim there were interruptions, raised voices, and what one insider described as a mix of exasperation, shock, and disbelief on the faces of everyone in the courtroom. Even the judge, allegedly, had to call for order multiple times, emphasizing that this case was more about human drama than legal precedent. Now, whether any of this holds water legally is a separate matter, but in terms of sheer entertainment value, unbeatable. Public sentiment has been divided. As you might expect, some argue that the girlfriend is opportunistic, cashing in on the Harris name for social media clout, while others see her as a whistleblower, exposing patterns of behavior that the world needed to see. Online polls suggest a near-even split, with hashtags trending in her support, and simultaneously, others defending King Harris as misunderstood. A young man growing up under the relentless glare of fame, the discourse has evolved beyond simple celebrity gossip. It's now a full-blown debate about wealth, power, accountability, and the pressures of growing up in the limelight. Even the smallest details are being scrutinized. Fashion choices, court posture, Instagram captions, nothing escapes analysis. Analysts on YouTube channels, social media commentators, and even casual fans have broken down every clip, every quote, and every screenshot, interpreting them as evidence of larger conspiracies or subtle power plays. Some are reading into text message timestamps like their FBI logs. Others are turning T.I.'s Instagram lives into psychological profiles. And the more the analysis spreads, the more the narrative gains momentum, feeding into the viral machine that makes this story impossible to ignore. Meanwhile, the Harris family has reportedly tried damage control. Private sources allege that T.I. has been holding family meetings, strategizing with lawyers, and attempting to manage King's public persona, all while trying to protect the family brand. Tiny Harris, on the other hand, has been allegedly counseling King in private, warning him about public perception and emphasizing that social media antics could have long-term consequences. Yet, despite these efforts, the girlfriend's courtroom testimony has already achieved what no social media post, no live-streamed rant, and no public statement could. It has shifted the narrative. The family is no longer merely reacting. They are now part of a public spectacle where their every move will be analyzed, criticized, and sensationalized, and the internet is loving it. TikTok compilations, Instagram reels, and YouTube reaction videos are flooding the feeds, each one amplifying the drama. Clips of King Harris looking frustrated, texts allegedly sent in haste, and court reactions are being replayed endlessly. Memes are being created at a rate that could rival the output of an entire meme factory. One viral clip even shows a mock reenactment of the alleged text messages, complete with exaggerated animations, giving the story an almost cinematic, absurd quality. The public is entertained, outraged, and obsessed. Exactly the kind of storm that guarantees this saga will continue dominating headlines. As part 2 comes to a close, the picture is clear. This scandal isn't just a minor blip in celebrity culture. It's a full-blown, multifaceted crisis that touches on family dynamics, legal implications, social media warfare, and public perception. King Harris's girlfriend stepping forward has amplified every past incident. From his arrests and social media meltdowns to the infamous rap beefs with 50 Cent, turning what was already a volatile situation into an almost operatic drama. The consequences, both real and perceived, are only beginning to unfold. And with public interest at a fever pitch, everyone involved, King T.I., Tiny Harris, Big Nana, and even peripheral figures are now players in a high-stakes drama with no clear script. So here we are at the climax of the King Harris saga, and if you thought the courtroom drama and leaked messages were intense, buckle up because the fallout is about to hit harder than a viral diss track on repeat. After King Harris's girlfriend went nuclear in court, the reverberations are everywhere. Our sources tell us that the legal team for the Harris family is scrambling to respond, filing motions, and what some insiders are calling a strategic PR offensive to manage the public narrative. In short, King, T.I., and Tiny are now juggling not just legal headaches, but also the court of public opinion, which, as we know, can be even more brutal. First, let's talk about the potential legal consequences. While the courtroom testimony has yet to result in any convictions, experts, or at least the kind of legal insiders who thrive on leaks and dramatic speculations, say that the evidence presented could lead to subpoenas, restraining orders, or even civil suits down the line. One alleged source whispered, if the courts dig deeper, this could snowball into a full-scale probe into the Harris family's dealings, both personal and financial. Think divorce drama meets organized chaos, and with King Harris' history of arrests, missed court dates, and social media meltdowns, attorneys are reportedly considering every angle, from alleged coercion to emotional distress. In the world of celebrity litigation, even hints of wrongdoing can trigger headline after headline. And right now, the Harris family is trapped in that endless cycle. Meanwhile, public backlash has escalated to a frenzy. Fans who once admired King Harris as a promising young artist are now split into camps. The sympathizers, who argue that he's a product of fame and pressure, and the critics, who say his behavior is emblematic of entitlement and unchecked privilege. One trending hashtag #HarrisCourtChaos, has over 1 million mentions on Instagram and Twitter, with users dissecting every courtroom clip frame by frame. Reaction videos on YouTube are racking up views in the hundreds of thousands, each one amplifying the scandal, spinning narratives about manipulation, favoritism, and the real Harris family behind the fame. Social media algorithms are clearly having a field day. And for King Harris, every like, share, and comment adds fuel to a fire that refuses to die down. The drama doesn't stop there. According to our insider reports, even Big Nana's role has become a talking point. While she previously kept a low profile, speculation now surrounds her involvement in the alleged pressures and conflicts. One anonymous source claimed, "She's not just a bystander, she's actively mediating, advising, and sometimes pressuring the people involved." And when you add that to King's impulsive behavior, you've got a recipe for a viral disaster. Of course, these are unverified claims, but in the world of celebrity gossip, perception often outweighs facts, and right now, the perception is explosive. The music world hasn't stayed silent either. King Harris, already known for his public spats in previous beefs with figures like 50 Cent, now finds himself under scrutiny from both fans and industry peers. Rap forums and Instagram comment sections are alight with speculation about whether labels and collaborators will distance themselves from him, fearing negative press or unwanted association. One industry insider allegedly said, "King's talent is undeniable, but his personal life is trending more than his music. At this rate, every track he drops will be overshadowed by court drama." Even T.I., whose career spans decades and who has navigated countless controversies, is reportedly frustrated, warning his son in private that you can't just post, you have to think. And then comes the imagined but highly entertaining financial fallout. Online chatter has been rampant with theories about potential losses stemming from endorsements, partnerships, and future opportunities. Some speculate that brands might rethink working with the Harris family, fearing negative associations or unpredictable social media explosions. Others suggest that T.I.'s business ventures, from music promotion to lifestyle brands, could be indirectly affected if King's public image continues to spiral. It's a domino effect of drama, and even hypothetical financial crises are enough to make social media users lose their minds with speculation now. Let's talk about the celebrity reactions. Because in today's world, every feud, every drama, and every courtroom appearance comes with commentary from the entertainment elite. According to sources close to the situation, a few high-profile rappers and influencers have weighed in. Some subtly, some not so subtly. One leaked Instagram post allegedly reads, "When your kids start live streaming their own indictments, you know it's peak chaos." Others reportedly dropped cryptic tweets about legacy, respect, and boundaries, which fans interpreted as direct commentary on the Harris situation. And as with all viral drama, cosigns, subtweets, and cryptic memes serve as fuel for the public, creating a self-perpetuating cycle of gossip and analysis. The social implications are staggering. For a young man like King Harris, barely out of his teens, the combination of fame, legal scrutiny, and personal relationships exploding in public is a pressure cooker. Psychologists again. Some conveniently anonymous sources warn that growing up under constant social media surveillance can distort judgment, increase risk-taking, and amplify conflict. In this case, every Instagram post, every courtroom clip, and every leaked screenshot becomes part of a permanent record, magnified by public attention and viral sharing. What's fascinating and terrifying is how quickly private matters turn into public crises. One of the most dramatic moments reportedly came when King Harris' girlfriend, during her testimony, allegedly referenced past incidents where she felt manipulated or silenced by both King and his family. According to courtroom insiders, she presented a timeline of events, highlighting incidents that fans have long speculated about on social media, adding a layer of legal weight to rumors that were previously dismissed as gossip. These moments, combined with the public's fascination, have created a narrative that feels like a blockbuster film in real time. Drama, scandal, betrayal, and the looming possibility of legal repercussions, and it doesn't stop there. Word on social media is that the girlfriend's testimony may lead to additional subpoenas and deeper scrutiny of both King Harris and his parents. Speculation ranges from financial mismanagement to questions about how influence, fame, and money may have been used to manipulate situations in King's favor. Hypothetical government or law enforcement investigations are being floated in comment threads, with users imagining every possible scandalous scenario. Could there be more hidden receipts waiting to surface? Could this courtroom drama snowball into a full-scale public probe? Fans are glued to their screens, waiting to find out. Even King's music career is caught in the crossfire. While he's released tracks that some fans praise for talent and creativity, every new song is now dissected through the lens of ongoing controversy. Lyrics are analyzed for hidden references to court testimony. Social media posts are scrutinized for possible clues, and videos are dissected frame by frame for behavior that could be perceived as incriminating. Essentially, King Harris is navigating a minefield where personal choices, creative expression, and family drama collide spectacularly. Meanwhile, T.I. and Tiny Harris are reportedly trying to salvage the family brand, issuing vague statements about privacy, respect, and family unity, one insider said. They're trying to walk a tightrope, acknowledge the issues without giving the internet any more ammunition. But in the age of virality, every carefully worded statement becomes fodder for memes, hot takes, and trending hashtags. The more they try to control the narrative, the more the story spreads, and the public's appetite for drama only grows. And let's not forget the ultimate wildcard: public perception. As much as King Harris's girlfriend has presented her version of events, the court of public opinion is merciless. Some fans sympathize with her, seeing her as a courageous figure exposing misconduct. Others defend King, framing him as a young man trapped in the whirlwind of fame, family expectations, and a hypercritical online world. Every clip, every post, every rumor contributes to the narrative, ensuring that the drama is not just ongoing, it's escalating. So, as Part 3 concludes, here's the reality. King Harris and the Harris family are now at a crossroads. The girlfriend's explosive courtroom testimony has triggered a cascade of reactions. From legal scrutiny to viral social media commentary, the fallout is ongoing, unpredictable, and, frankly, addictive for the public. King's future, legally, personally, and professionally hangs in the balance.